All right, Virgo, welcome to your weekly horoscope for January 19th to the 25th. My name is Athen, and if you're new to Sidereal Astrology, be sure to check the description down below because your sign might be different. All right, Virgo, so this week, the emphasis is in your fifth house, which is about enjoyment, fun, children, playfulness, artistic abilities, and all of these things that essentially put a smile on your face and allow that inner light to shine. It's also about self-expression, very generally. So there's definitely some emphasis here. You've probably been noticing that in terms of the sun from last week. And we have the new moon taking place, and we also have Mercury going retrograde, which I'll talk about. But before that happens, I want to talk about this Monday through Wednesday time period, which is about more of this North Node, South Node, Uranus, Pluto squaring T-square energy that's been going on. And this is the emblem of January that I've been talking about in the monthlies. But this week is very much emphasized in terms of your South Node, in terms of Uranus transiting your South Node. He's going to go conjunct Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday over that South Node. So this has to do with releasing some old notions here. All of the slow-moving planets have to do with releasing, and the South Node has to do with the past life, past karma, past old notions about something. And this is happening in your seventh house. So this is notions and ideas and past life energy revolved around relationships. Now, it could be something physical in your life, such as someone or multiple people, but more than likely, just generally for all of you, it's some sort of notion or idea. And so whatever that is, it's releasing any old ideas in regards to that seventh house, past life ideas, etc. Now, by doing that, naturally, Uranus is going to create a tremendous amount of freedom for you, because that's what he's showing you right now. Uranus shows us where we can release in order to have more freedom. So the first key here is to remember that you don't need anything for your freedom. You already have your freedom. Then the next key is to realize that once you start to release these old ideas and things that are holding you back in terms of relationships, that natural freedom, that inner freedom is going to come out naturally. That's what this is all about. So from Monday through Wednesday, make sure that you do that. Just have that conscious awareness of how you can implement that into your life, whatever that is specifically for you. And then you're going to find that freedom is slowly coming out. Especially, this is a long-term transit, so it's going to, it's a big picture thing. It's not just all going to happen in 3 days, but it's exact here. So this is where the deepest work is going to be taking place in that part of your chart. Now, also on Monday and Tuesday, we've got Mars going conjunct over Neptune, which is in that sixth house. So a lot of you perhaps have been motivated by your health or self-improvement in some way, or your routine, with Mars transiting that sixth house. So this is good. You want to continue to put energy into that self-improvement. However, now Mars is going to go over Neptune. So it's very important, and especially since Neptune has been transiting your sixth house, to take it slow and to make sure that there's this presence and self-awareness in this whole process of your self-improvement. Mars likes things fast and it wants things now. Neptune is saying, okay, you can continue to put energy in that sixth house, but take it nice and easy. And have that presence in what you're doing, because Neptune is showing you that there's a tremendous amount of health and good feeling. So that's what Neptune the sixth is showing you. You can have good feeling and good health when you are approaching things with a good state of presence and an open heart and compassion. That's what Neptune shows us. So with the Mars energy here, them two coming together, it's about putting in the energy in that sixth house self-improvement, but in that compassionate and flowing sort of way this week, especially around the Monday, Tuesday time period. Now, also on Monday, we've got Venus opposite up to Jupiter, so there's definitely some balancing taking place between that fifth house, where that new moon is going to be, and your 11th house. You had Jupiter transiting the 11th house, of where the fifth house is more about what's important to you, what puts a smile on your face. 11th house, you might think of it as what puts a smile on everyone else's face, or the collective, or the community. So you guys have had a lot of opportunities here with Jupiter transiting that 11th to have more opportunities in either the community, global, or group-oriented, or even with your friends sector. So you want to make sure that there's a nice balance and a nice harmony essentially with what's important to you and what's important to others, especially around the Monday time period. Now when you do that, you'll find that you can enjoy both of them, because with this opposition, it sometimes represents overindulgence. Now, we don't have to have overindulgence. We can find that nice grounded enjoyment in what we're doing, as long as we are considering others in this case and making sure that we're balancing others and self very much in our life, especially around Monday. When you do that, then there's a good, healthy, grounded enjoyment to be had, especially in things relating to that fifth house, which, like I said, is anything that you enjoy in life. Now, Tuesday, we have that new moon, so there's this new beginning here. And so around Tuesday, it's the time to really just listen and reflect on this whole new energy involved in your fifth house. It could be a new idea regarding romance, new artistic creativity, new project, even entrepreneurship is fifth house. Whatever it is, pay attention to it and reflect on it, because first of all, that's what the new moon is about not just jumping into action right away. For a few days after, you want to just sit with the energies. But we also have Mercury going retrograde the day after on Wednesday in that fifth house. So there's this whole learning process that's going to be taking place. Something needs to be learned here with that fifth house that's leading you all the way into February. So it's the time to reflect on that. Now, especially around Tuesday, Wednesday, reflect on it. But as the week starts to unfold around Thursday and Friday, that lunar energy is going to start to fill up. So it is the time to start putting energy into whatever this is a little bit later on in the week. You just want to make sure that you're treating it as that learning process, as that learning experience. Mercury retrograde isn't about avoiding things or not doing things. It's about treating it as a learning process. Now, of course, that means you don't want to dig yourself a hole you can't get out of. You want to make sure you're taking nice baby steps in terms of what you're doing here. But put the energy into it, especially with the new moon energy. And then that's how Mercury, that's how we learn with Mercury, is through experience. What we learn, we apply it a little bit. What we learn, we apply, and then through that way, we learn a tremendous amount. So this is how to get the most out of that Mercury retrograde, and also how to get the most out of that fifth house leading into February. Now on Thursday, we've got Venus going into Aquarius, your sixth house. So while Mars has been there perhaps motivating you to get, there's a part of yourself that wants to get really motivated with your self-improvement in some way. Now Venus goes in there, and this really helps you enjoy that whole process very much. So from Thursday and then all the way into February as well, it's about enjoying the sixth house matters. See how when you are taking care of your health, for example, it feels good, and you can enjoy that whole process. Really think about how you can make the process enjoyable. And when you do that, then you're really tapping into that Venusian energy and also that freedom of Aquarius as well. Now, the last aspect of the week, we've got the Sun sextiling up to Saturn. This is Thursday and Friday. Now, this is where things also start to become easier in the week. The energies of the moon are going to be a little bit higher too. And that new moon took place in Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn. So this Thursday, Friday, this is where things really start to flow in terms of perhaps anything you've been starting to implement or just now starting to implement from that new moon energy. So good flow here. Sextile with Saturn is always easy. Good opportunity to get things done in some sort of way. Easy discipline, easy mastery. All right, Virgo, well, I hope you have a great week. I want to thank you all very much for all of your support. If you'd like a personal reading, please get in touch, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.